What up, everyone? Welcome to my video. I know it's been a while. I looked, it's been like 173 days since I last uploaded on here. It's been like half a year since I uploaded on this channel, and I kind of miss it. But if you're watching this video, I want to create a new series where I'm playing new games. It's currently January 3rd, 2023. I have a New Year's resolution for myself that I want to play games that I've never played before, or play games that I played but didn't really like, or just replay video games and do reviews on them. So I want to do that to kind of keep gaming interesting, instead, so I'm not playing the same game over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to start doing that. So today's episode is gonna be Watch Dogs 1. I know this is Watch Dogs 2. Alright? I know this is Watch Dogs 2 gameplay, but I just want to talk about my thoughts on Watch Dogs 1. Because if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I played a little bit of Watch Dogs 1 back when it released, but I hated it. Like, I hated it so bad, I didn't play it until almost 9 years later. And here are my thoughts about the game. Alright? I thought it was shit. But I was kind of proven wrong. Watch Dogs 1 was honestly one of the coolest games I've ever played, one of the funnest games I've ever played, one of the greatest games I've ever played. So, it had its things that I didn't really like. Like, the story kind of felt a little off, but at the same time, that's one of the greater things about. It was one of the greater things about that. The story was kind of the worst things, but also the great things about the story. Like, the story was very 50-50 for me. Like, it was predictable at some points, but unpredictable at some points. And I just felt like they could have done a little bit better to make it less predictable. Because I would go to like a story location and be like, yeah, I'm going to be having a shootout by the end of this mission. Or, yeah, this specific person's going to portray. Because there's a certain character that portrays you at the end of the game. And I saw it coming from a mile away. So yeah, that's the story. I just felt like it was good, but they could have done better. The combat was fun. People say it was too easy. I feel like it being too easy was one of the best parts about it, because you kind of had that freedom to kind of be a badass. And I feel like to make a good combat system, it doesn't need to be hard. And I just felt like the combat system was very addicting. The way you get money, well, one of the ways to get money is hacking people's bank accounts. The whole hacking idea of using your environments as your playground, like, I feel like using your environment around you is the best way to do combat than just going in using a gun. Like, yeah, you can go in using a gun, but I feel like hacking is the best way to play the game, to like in combat, just because, well, yeah, the game is taking place on hacking, but the world is your playground. You can use it to your advantage, and I feel like Watch Dogs 2 improves upon that to make the hacking later. But when I beat this game, I'll go into more detail about it, but I just feel like the gameplay's great, and I feel like the gameplay really corresponds with the story a little bit, and you just feel like a badass. So I really like that. I really really like the gameplay in Watch Dogs, and I don't know why. And there's a certain mission. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but there's a certain mission that just happens very on. All I can say is it deals with a prison, and holy shit, that was a fun ass mission. It was short, but it was like I completed it in like 15 minutes. Like 10. I don't remember how long it took me. It was just like short. So I really liked. There were the missions. I call them the boat sections from Resident Evil 7, because the boat section from Resident Evil 7 is shit. So I just compare like every bad mission in a video game. I call it the boat section because the boat section in Resident Evil 7 is shit, and it's iconic for how shit it is. But like I can't think of a single boat section in Watch Dogs. I really can't. I can't. Which is funny, because I can think of a game that I can think of at least one boat section in any video game that I play, but Watch Dogs, I don't know if it's just because I was playing a new game, but I couldn't find a bad mission in Watch Dogs 1. I really couldn't, and I just think the game is really fun. It has its problems. I have the mentality of every game is not perfect. You know, every game has its problems. Shit, man. Like, I really can't really think. Like, I can't really think of anything bad on the top of my head on Watch Dogs. But I really love the driving in Watch Dogs. But it does feel. It feels like Dead Rising 3's if you play Dead Rising 3. But improved on Dead Rising 3. It just feels floaty. Like I feel like it's floaty. And it feels good, but it doesn't at the same time. Like I feel like sometimes a car can be very hard to turn, and then the next turn it just slides and I crash and shit, and it's sometimes it's tough, man. It's really tough driving sometimes. So I just really get like a satisfaction of like the game is like kind of realistic in a way of like this shit really could happen, and I really like that. And I think that's why I really like the game so much, is this shit really could happen. And nobody wants to really admit it. This game can really happen. So, I think that's like the main thing I really like about the game. So, I really liked it, Watch Dogs. I think everything about it was great. It has its problems, like the driving, the story. And I can say the combat was a little too easy, but like I said, that's what made the game kind of fun. Because I felt like it was supposed to be too easy. And the character Aiden Pierce is one of the most... I never realized how much of a badass this man actually was. He became one of my favorite characters of all time. So, yeah, I really enjoyed Watch Dogs 1. I definitely would play through it again. Not right now, but it would probably be like a yearly thing for me to play through that game at least once a year. You know what I'm saying? It's a fun game. It's a very fun game. So, yeah, I'd probably rate it like an 8, 9 maybe. Maybe like a 7.5 or an 8. I would rate Watch Dogs. I would play through it again. I really would. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As you can tell with the gameplay, I've been working on Watch Dogs 2, so I should have this beat here, hopefully. Not hopefully, because I'm really enjoying this game, but hopefully to get this video out for you guys. in the next couple of days. Like, I'm gonna be playing it until I beat it. I've gone pretty far. Feel like I'm getting pretty close to the end of the game. So Watch Dogs 2 will be the next game you guys see on my channel, and then I'm gonna start reviewing the Far Cry games for you guys. It's gonna be a busy year for me because of that goal. I'm gonna be creating another video of going into more detail about that shit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.